And now, the SleepHawk Worldwide Podcast. Here are your hosts, Brandon Staton and Tyler Hansbrough.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to SleepHawk Worldwide Podcast. This is a clean-shaven sleep dog with the Big Hawk.
What's up, everybody? It's the Big Hawk. Excited to be in the studio. Man, I'm pumped. Sleep, it's a great time of the year, man. Fall. It's still hot as... Man, it's hot out. But
it's hot as summer.
We get a little glimpse of what it feels like, what we have in store
taste.
up ahead. And it's a great time of the year. Students are back. I remember when I was in school, this was one of my favorite times. Everybody's excited. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
School still didn't matter at this point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you could go and just kind of, No, I did that my first semester and fast forward 8 years and you're a grown ass man. People call you sleep dog. So we'll get into UNC football. So we got a little taste of cool weather and then football starts Thursday, back when it's 180 degrees, again. Open the season at Minnesota. What a thriller. Nick Saban actually picked us to win that game. So we'll talk about football. I mean, we've been, guys, hard at work, the roster inside and out. Mm-hmm. Mac Brown, still the coach. Drake May, no longer the quarterback. So just that and many other hard-hitting football facts coming your way. Maybe talk a little fantasy football because we were just, talking before about – I mean, I think I'm aging out of it, to be honest with you. We'll talk some fantasy football strategy. Thanks to Luke May last week for coming on. Hope you guys listened to that. If you didn't, go check it out. It'll be more interesting this episode. I can almost guarantee you. He's in Japan now, so konnichiwa, Luke May. And we just, we're like, dude, I don't know. We're just gonna hit play and just roll with it. So there was something else I was going to say, but the flag football situation. I'm going to tell you, we're going to talk about flag football on this episode of SleepHawk Worldwide. First and foremost, football season kicks back off. All right. I don't know. I mean, what are your expectations going into this season, Big Hawk? I'm going to start. I will break the ice here and say mine are not high. All right. I'm a big Carolina football fan. Okay. That'd be if this is your first time tuning in or you missed a few episodes along the way, I am egregiously optimistic about Carolina football on a regular basis. Okay. I thought UNC was going to go the national championship last year, and I had a legitimate case for that. All right. And we kept winning for a while. And that Drake May will win the Heisman Trophy. Okay. Those things did not happen. So before anybody piles on me about being an guys, I love Carolina football. I think, with Drake gone, I don't know. But I did look at the roster, and we got a lot of seniors, juniors and seniors, and graduate transfers on this roster. So I'm sure Big Hawk, I bet everybody's middle name on that roster. But what are your thoughts going into the season? What are you looking forward to? And how many claws do you think? What do you think the price of claw is at the Carolina Inn now? It's got to be over $10.
Oh, man, I don't even want to think about the clause, but the price, I guarantee you, is drastically.
We called last year.
I would like to see if there's another place out there that can compete with the price point of a claw that Carolina Inn has placed on those.
On the upside, in other words. You might go to Yankee Stadium and get a cheaper White Claw.
Oh, yeah. Hell, you can get them imported. You can import them over there in other countries and find them. You can ship one to you in Bangladesh for cheaper than what you can go to Carolina and get one.
Oh, man. Overnight.
No, the football team, listen, hey, I always think we do better when we don't have a lot of expectations. Seems like we have an older veteran team, and you guys know that my football knowledge is up there with astronomy. I have no clue. I know, hey, you toss it. I know a touchdown is 6 points, and you kick the field goal, and it's worth one extra point. So, I know that we have two quarterbacks dueling it out. My first thought is, man, it's kind of hard to really get into a rhythm. And when, you're kind of competing for a spot, I wonder if, the quarterback's going to play overly conservative because they're afraid if they make a mistake, they're going to get yanked. And that's not a good way to play as an athlete. I know from a basketball perspective and other sports. But, you can't question Mac. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He knows what he's doing. The guy's a proven winner. I love Mac. I think he's a great coach. And, I'm excited for this year just because there's no expectations. And I think that, it seems like tradition whenever there's not a lot of expectations, UNC football kind of over-exceeds in that position. And, it's vice versa the other way.
Yeah, I mean, having a lot of I don't know if you guys can hear this. My wife is pureeing food, and I think she's doing it on purpose. Just our son just ate solid food for the first time today, and now she's in there. It sounds like they're just drilling holes in the wall, but I guess she's mincing up avocados or something. And I just honestly, it would be par for the course if that were part of the pod. It is kind of weird with the dual quarterback thing. They do, I think both guys are grads, transfers. So the other crazy thing that Nick Saban said, again, man, Big Hog will tell you all day long, you just got to take it one game at a time. It's why you play the games. But here's what I'm going to do. Same thing I always do is I'm going to go down this schedule, and I want you to tell me where Nick Saban was wrong. Okay?
Now, Sleep, I want to say our schedule is not difficult.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm getting at.
Not difficult.
We've got Minnesota. Beat them pretty handily last year. Got Charlotte. Okay. Not exactly
we're playing the city,
Bears.
Charlotte?
You might as well play the whole city. I don't think there's anybody in the city that could beat us. That could beat anybody. So then we got NC Central. Okay. James Madison, sneaky game. They're always the fantasy football level 3 controlled football program, whatever conference they play in or division, they're usually pretty good at it. We got at Duke, got to win that one.
Got to win.
Play at home against Pitt. Okay. Play at home against Georgia Tech. Oh, guess what? They just scored again. That's the one that bothers me the most. Then we're at Virginia. Never win at Virginia. Okay, ever. I don't know. I don't feel like can't remember the last time we won at Virginia. Probably 2 years ago. But then it's at Florida State. And Nick Saban said that he thought, and this is Nick Saban, dude. This isn't Sleep Dog. This isn't Big Hawk. This is Nick Saban. Said his prediction. I'm sorry, he did not say that. I think Kirk Herbstreit said it, which diminishes it quite a bit.
Oh, Herb?
Oh, Herbie Hancock. He said that we're going to go into Florida State undefeated. And if that happens, buddy, color me surprised. Because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-0. Okay. Going at Florida State in 11-2. It'd be cold outside at Florida State. We'd be playing that one at 8 o'clock. I don't see us getting past Georgia Tech. That's just the two games that scare me on this entire schedule are Georgia Tech and at Virginia. I mean, I don't understand what it is about those two teams that they might as well be the greatest show on turf than the 86 Bears every time, every year. At home, away, doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're one of those they're one of those teams that you don't really get excited to play about, but they're still pretty good and play boring. Mm-hmm. It just seems like those are pretty much trap games. And, I worry about the games like Pitt, kind of good, kind of not. They come in there and those games. But also the thing about having a weak schedule is when you lose to teams like James Madison, NC Central, Charlotte. I mean, it's those are big time losses, and it's those are some losses that will really do some damage for your credibility going forward. And whoever decides these bowl games or whatever, you'll get punished for those losses. So it does look easy, but I would hate to lose one of these games. I almost feel like I had Oregon or something like these big time games. I think you got to reward teams that play these tough schedules.
Just get us somewhere besides Charlotte for a bowl game that somebody could get excited about. Some location, that doesn't involve mayonnaise would be a just welcome reprieve from Carolina postseason football. And I think in order to do it, you got to get past Georgia Tech, you got to get past Virginia. But yeah, a veteran team, man. I mean, the biggest thing that you got to hope that means is more responsible, disciplined play, man. You can't have a bunch of penalties. We got, two capable quarterbacks. I guess, Max Johnson came from A&M. Jacoby Criswell came from Arkansas. Dude, Criswell is like 250 pounds. That dude is a unit, okay? Yeah. I kind of hope – I mean, I don't know the first thing about either one of these guys, but I kind of hope he is maybe the second coming of Michael Vick would be nice. You just don't know anymore, man. There's so many transfers that the whole thing is just wide open. There's only 2 ranked teams a preseason on our schedule, one of which is NC State. They won't be there long. Just got to think. We don't have Clemson this year. We got 88 schools in our conference. We don't have Miami this year. We don't have Stanford, which I don't think they've been good in a long time. We don't have Louisville. So we don't have Cal. We don't have SMU. I don't know how many of these teams are good.
Clemson?
Don't have Clemson. Don't have Virginia Tech.
Clemson is a tough one.
I mean, I feel like, don't have Syracuse. Syracuse is always it's beatable, but middle of the road. So yeah, I mean, can only play about a third of the 88 teams in the ACC now. So, love it or hate it, that's what we got. Bringing back the football. What are your thoughts on the stickers they put on the helmet? Because we're bringing that back this year. A little Tar Heel sticker for some, arbitrary reward for doing something great in a football game. What are your thoughts on those? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I never liked it.
Yeah, I like to keep it clean.
Yeah, keep a clean helmet, man.
Yeah, man. Good job. I don't know. This is a team sport. It's not about the individual stuff, but this is it's like decorating a Christmas tree, in my opinion. We're putting how many Tar Heels can you put on a damn helmet?
Well, a bunch if you're good. I mean, that would be my goal, is to get as many Tar Heels on my helmet as I possibly could. Yeah, I never understood that part. So there's also a new rule where you can talk to somebody in the helmet for until 15 seconds before the play this year. Not sure what that means or
what do you mean
why that makes somebody different.
You're talking about the quarterback can talk to the offensive coordinator. Coach. Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm. Until 15 seconds before the. I think that's a big deal. And all I can imagine happening is guys just doing this right here, in the most important part of the game, huh? Get here,
Yeah, you think quarterbacks can't really
benefit?
Do you think that they may not really agree with the play? They want to run their own play. That's what I'd be like. Listen, hey, I'm down here on the field. I know what works and what doesn't. Okay,
go along.
Yeah. Hey, I can't. 4 out wide, shotgun formation, Hail Mary.
Jacoby Criswell's on his 6th helmet of the first half. We're not sure why. Yeah, dude, they're going for him 4th and 80. Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it just boils down to defense for the Tar Heels. It always seems like we figure out the offense. You know what I mean? Offense is always good, and defense is couldn't stop a mailbox from running for 300 yards, much less Georgia Tech. Well, we made it through 13 minutes talking about Carolina football, and it seemed like a whole season's worth. Okay, so good luck to our Heels. I'll be in Emerald Isle on vacation. Ran for mayor of Emerald Isle once, catching the first game. And then we just got those barn burners coming in one right after the other in Charlotte, NC Central, and James Madison. What a run of home games. Wow, actually the other thing to think about, here is our home slate this year. Charlotte, North Carolina Central, James Madison, Pitt, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, NC State. Ugh. Oh, man. You got some real Tar Heel fans out there. But good news is all this stuff they can do in the stadium now, including sell alcohol. Whatever you start winning, I'm going to be pretty excited to go see Pitt at home at 1 p.m. on a Saturday. Yeah, man. I don't know about that. So speaking of football, here's my thing. So we were talking about this before we got started. NFL football's right around the corner. Drake May just went off last night. I mean, he's going to be a starting quarterback in New England. Mm-hmm. He's going to make Commanders just really regret the decision, I think, not to draft him. Neither here nor there. Big debate going on right now, okay? Flag football is like a professional sport now. And some dude in the Flag Football League said that he is better than Pat Mahomes. Those are his words. I'm better than Pat Mahomes because of like how well he knows flag football. Okay? To which quite a few NFL players have responded, but most interestingly was Lamar Jackson. That was like, let me put a team together. And so it just makes you think. I don't know how many people are on flag football or whatever. But this is my argument. I think it saves the Pro Bowl because the Pro Bowl sucks and like they play flag football now. I don't even know if they play a real game anymore. I really don't. And they shouldn't because it's worthless. Mm-hmm. But like, I would watch NFL dudes play some guys that think they're really good at football and flag football because it's the same. I was thinking this is slippery slope, but it's the same pull of the WNBA, man. It's the drama. You know, it's not the product. Nobody wants to watch flag football. But if you put a bunch of like elite athletes with an axe to grind against some, you know, guys that think they're good, I would pay to see Lamar Jackson, Stephon Diggs,
Tyreek Hill,
Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, like these dudes playing freaking flag football against these. I don't know if they touch the flag, flag football guys. So I mean, I think there's something there, dude. I think what happens is the Pro Bowl becomes the flag football Super Bowl, right? Where the flag football guys play the NFL guys. And we'll see. Let the chips fall where they may. I mean, what are your thoughts on this? I'm gonna while you're I mean, clearly enthralled by the subject. I'm going to Google some more specifics.
My first thought is the flag football player that said he's better than Patrick Mahomes, he's delusional. It's not even the same sport, to be honest with you. The guy's never been hit. He doesn't have the size that Mahomes. Mahomes has much more pressure, and there's a reason why he's playing flag football. If he was good enough to play regular football, he'd be in the NFL, and he wants to not only call out arguably one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game, he bypassed practice squad quarterbacks. He's not even on a practice squad. Mm-hmm. He's playing flag football. He bypassed the fourth quarterback on a team and went straight to the best quarterback arguably in the NFL. And it's just to think that some guy out there thinks that he's better at football than Mahomes is just, it's mind-blowing how dumb some people can be and delusional. There's absolutely no way that guy could play in the NFL one game, or he would be. Now, these flag football players would get absolutely railroaded by the NFL players.
Just boat raced out there. I mean, it ain't happening.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, these guys are, you know, you put these, you know, some of the biggest freak athletes in the world, you put them out there, they're just going to run right over them. I would maybe tune in, but I wouldn't. I mean, it would be. It's
the drama, though, right? It's the same thing. Like, I don't watch the WNBA, but I'm more intrigued by it than I ever was before. I mean, I will, like, when it shows up, it elicits certain sort of feedback in my brain that I usually don't say out loud. But nonetheless, like, I'm paying more attention to it now than I was. I can name more people in the WNBA than I can in Major League Baseball. Okay? Maybe not. I'm going to read the first 3 paragraphs of this story, and this is what makes it so interesting. And this is from SB Nation. As the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics wound down, many sports fans began thinking of the 2028 Summer Olympics coming to Los Angeles. Those games will feature some new sports, including flag football. The NFL leaned into that fact as the Paris Games wound down, unveiling an advertisement featuring Jalen Hurts with the tagline, "It's our turn." Hurts was not the only NFL figure speaking out about the league's players potentially participating in the 28 Summer Olympics, as both NFL Executive Vice President Peter O'Reilly and Commissioner Roger Goodell have supported the idea of NFL players playing. However, one figure in the sport has pushed back on the idea. Daryl Hoosh Doucette, the quarterback of the United States national flag football team. Okay, Doucette has been outspoken in recent days, making the case that NFL players should not automatically assume they will have spots in the 28 team. I think they'd be okay with not automatically assuming that. I think they just think they're better. Quote, I think it's disrespectful that they just automatically assume that they're able to just join the Olympic team because of the person they are. They didn't help grow the game to get where it is, Doucette told The Guardian. Give the guys who helped the game get it where it's at their respect. Okay, all that sounds fine. Understood. Where did he go here? I don't want to keep reading. All right. You know, go on to say, hey, he's got a point here. I think everybody kind of agrees with what the guy just said, right? Like, man, come on, dude. We've been playing flag football. Don't let these guys come in here and take it. In an interview with TMZ Sports, Doucette had this to say. At the end of the day, I feel, this is quote, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm better than Patrick Mahomes because of my IQ of the game, end quote. Like, and that is what has launched this, okay? It's like, you had me. Whoa, buddy, you lost me, okay? Like, and then as you might imagine, like, everybody is just going in on this guy. And so I just keep thinking to myself, I mean, because this is what my life has come to, is like, could you imagine? Like, I would love to put together a roster. This is a good test of who's listening this far into the YouTube channel. Guys, put who you want to see. Okay, because I want to just see what other people think. Drop some names, okay, in the comment section here, and let's have a healthy conversation about who should be on the United States flag football team from the NFL. I just think it's super interesting, and that brings me back to my whole point where the Olympics are one thing, but where you settle this is the Pro Bowl, because the Pro Bowl is just an absolute carcass of a football event, right? So, like, let them play the NFL in the flag football game, and they would just lose $3 billion to nothing. But it would be fun to watch, and I think people would watch because there would be some intrigue, man. Like, way more than there is currently.
Well, I would love to see Tyreek Hill. That would be one guy, and I do think that Lamar Jackson, with the way he can run, dual threat, I think that's very valuable in flag football setting. I'd like to see those guys. Yeah.
Did you see Trey Lance the other night throw 5 picks in the preseason? He might be on the flag football roster here before too long. Gosh, that guy. Wow.
Yeah, he's not really a dual threat.
He's a single threat to your offense. He's a dual threat to your offense. Quadruple threat, apparently. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, we just hit play on this. No idea where we're going. But I would watch the flag football thing for sure. Dude, you know what else is crazy? That is like Aaron Judge has got 51 home runs already.
Dude,
he is.
I don't even know if that's like, I just don't understand it enough to be like, whoa.
Well, I mean, 50 home runs in a season, pretty solid. Okay. Mm-hmm. You got all of September left, and great hitters can hit 15, 20, maybe home runs from here to the rest of the season. I mean, there's a little more than a month left in the season. If he gets on a heater, I mean, he'll hit 65 home runs. That's a lot of home runs.
At steroids.
I hope so. I'm telling you, bring him back.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit 60 last year or something like that, 61. I mean, to do it back-to-back seasons, essentially off the juice, pretty impressive.
That guy looks like he's on the juice. That guy he's a
monster.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He is a monster. He's the fastest. So I think I read where he is the fastest whatever. I mean, I think he's on pace right now because he's still really young.
Oh, yeah. They banked him out, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My boy Kuminga still hasn't got banked out. I'm a little worried about that. I think they're going to make him play it out this year.
No, they have till like October, right?
Yeah, the season starts early November, and it's late October when the regular season starts.
I doubt they let Kuminga get away.
I don't think they let it get away, but I think maybe they make him play that rookie deal.
I think that they'll make him play. I don't even think he qualifies to rip up a rookie deal, does he?
He could get the max this year, like Scotty Barnes has gotten it, Cade Cunningham's gotten it, and a couple other guys. They could extend him now because he's in his last year of the rookie deal.
Does the max does that cancel out the rookie deal, or does that just not?
I think it's just an extension.
Yeah, so after the rookie deal is done, then the max kicks in. All right, that makes sense.
I mean, as much as a Kuminga guy as I am, I think it really makes sense for the Warriors to let him play it out.
Well, the problem is he would qualify. I think they would have his bird rights. Basically, it means it doesn't go against the salary cap, and they wouldn't be punished for, dipping or going over the soft cap in the NBA, as far as like a penalty tax for. There's benefits to signing players that you draft because you're not. There's different the way the NBA contract situation is set up. You can go over a little bit more and spend more money on guys you draft.
I know there are very few listeners that care even less than Tyler does about Jonathan Kuminga. Okay, I realize I'm on an island here.
No, hey, dude, I love how all in you are in Kuminga, and I sit back and I laugh because I'm like, man, this guy needs to really break out.
Yeah, this guy really got me good.
This guy could make the first team All NBA.
He might be Jordan
and still not meet your expectations.
Yeah, well, the thing of it is now, like, this is the thing. Was it what I get so much more excited about? Is that the Warriors clearly agree with me. I mean, they didn't trade him for Paul George. They didn't trade him for Lauri Markkanen. They didn't trade him at all. They wouldn't trade him for anybody. And they could have gotten Paul George. And they said, no, we're not going to do it. And, they let Klay Thompson go. Dude, I just think it's really interesting. Somebody said they thought that Buddy Hield would be an all-star this year, and I actually think that's probably a pretty good pick because I think Hield, there's
no chance he's an all-star.
Dude, do you know? Someone said this to me, and I thought they were absolute idiots. They said Buddy Hield is a top 10 three-point shooter of all time. And you go look at his numbers, it will stagger you. Because I was like, dude, you're nuts. You are absolutely nuts. I mean, this dude is a volume over 40% three-point shooter. I mean, it's the role, right? He's your Redick and your Danny Green and your such and such, right? Mm-hmm. Ray Allen. But he's like that good. It's he's not Ray Allen.
I know. I just laugh.
But like that's like Ray Allen's 3-point shoot. Ray Allen was more.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I just like
not that stupid.
Yeah, I know. I get it. It is blowing the way these stats are set up. How you're like, man, that guy's look stat wise pretty damn good.
I couldn't believe how good and how long of a shooter Buddy Hield. I mean, how good he is at 3-point shooting and how long he's been doing it. I mean, is a really interesting fit for Golden State specifically because of like what they lost with Klay Thompson. I think this is my sort of crazy. People are going to think this is nuts, but I think what you get is not like prime Klay Thompson, but Klay Thompson's just a skeleton of his former self. And I think you get in Buddy Hield like 75% of Klay Thompson at his best. Like, I think he's a pretty good fit on that team. You got a slasher in Kuminga who's going to be like a focal point. You got a defender still, and Draymond is just, I don't know, take a couple Xanax before a game and he might play the whole game. Then you still got Steph and you got Hield. I mean, I think their offense, at least from the starting five, this is constructed pretty well. Kevon Looney's great defender, rebounder. They still don't have any size whatsoever.
I think they're gonna pay for that. I think the West is getting bigger. You look at Minnesota. Minnesota's they play big. Denver is another team that's going to beat you up. I really feel like they missed this offseason with getting some size and getting some guys who can really defend and protect the paint. I think that's really going to do them some damage, especially when you have a guy like Steph Curry that can really spread and open the court. I'm going to be interested to see how Golden State does.
Yeah, there's a lot of size. Walker Kessler, for whatever reason, Utah's trying to get rid of him. I heard he might go to the Knicks. He would be a good pickup for Golden State.
Yeah, he would be. I like Walker a lot. It's just one of those situations where, hey, Steph's got 2 or 3 more years of doing what Steph does, and you have a limited amount of time to make a special run and arguably be a contender for a championship. And I just think that if you don't put yourself in the best possible position with a player like Steph Curry to be a contender, then you're really doing the franchise and the fan base a disservice. I just think you've got – this is a time where you overspend and you have an excuse to overspend. You go to your owner and you say, hey, I can get these guys, and I think we have a really good chance if we're healthy and things go the way I think we could probably win it. Steph has 2 more – a couple years left of doing what he does. I just think that you've got to put your team in a contending situation. You got to go after the big names. I'm not talking about the big names that have been in the league and starting to age. I'm talking about the primetime, game-changing that could really alter your season type names. There's probably not a lot of those guys available, but you make them available. Yeah. You make calls, you make moves. Whatever you got to do, you got to get it done. And Dunleavy's a GM. I played with Dunleavy. He's a pretty smart guy. Hopefully he figures it out. I would like to see him succeed, even though he's a Dookie. You echo, like, because it's weird. Like, I go down such a rabbit hole. Guys, I'm not even a Warriors fan per se. Like, I've never had like a team that I follow. I've just been a players guy. I was a kid when Jordan came up, so I liked the Bulls. And when Jordan played for the Wizards, but he's the best team that ever graced the face of the earth, the Washington Wizards. When he was gone, I'm a big LeBron fan. Love the Cavs. LeBron goes to Cleveland. He goes to Miami. I'm like, hell with the Cavs, man. I like the Heat now. The point is, I don't know what the point is. I don't know what I was talking about, but like basically, I think, the West, the size issue. I think what my point is now, remember, is you echo everything that you hear from their fan base is like, dude, we got Steph Curry. Like, you got to win now, right? And I understand that. And I think probably what they're looking at is like, the big free agents were Paul George, Markkanen, who re-signed. And there were a couple other guys that could have been signed. But, I think they said, hey, we'll see they'll know what they have by the All-Star break. And I think they realize they've got a good enough team to be in the middle of the pack of the Western Conference near the trade deadline. And if they're not where they thought that, if Kuminga doesn't pan out or something isn't gelling, then they can dump Kuminga and get a haul back for him. They might not get what they thought. You might get Paul George. But, dude, by all standards, man, the kid's been really good, dude. Like, I don't understand why people think he's like such an overrated player. I think everybody's hype is like there's all this anticipation about him now. But like, dude, he's efficient and he's a good shooter. And like I don't understand. He's got a great mid-range jump shot. And people are like, he can't shoot. Like, dude shoots over like 53% from the field. I don't get it. A lot of dunks, but he also doesn't shoot poorly from the perimeter. And he's got a great mid-range. 75%, 80% from the line probably this year. Yeah. Get out of here. Guy's going to be good. Anyway, I don't know how we got on that either. So here's what I'll leave you on. When's the last time you've been to Dairy Queen, Big Hawk? It's been within the past couple months.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. I went to Dairy Queen last night.
I'm a big Blizzard guy.
Dude.
I love a Butterfinger Blizzard, extra Butterfingers. You get it, they pour it out. Hey, don't run. Okay, they get it right back to me.
Yeah, you got to turn it over. It's free next time. It used to be free if they didn't do it then. Now, if they don't turn it over, it's free next time. It's like, well, who's going to validate that? I went last night with Dustin. Got a Reese's cup M&M Blizzard, and they give it to you in the T-shirt cannon cup. I mean, you got to get the big one, the big dog. You know,
yeah, you never get the smalls.
That stuff will put a hurting on you.
It's just so good though. Sleep.
It's good. Oh my God!
And let me tell you, an underrated order from Dairy Queen is a hand dip cone.
Hand dip cone, yeah.
Yeah, they take get the regular vanilla ice cream.
How do you eat it? Dude, the hot eats there. Hot eats aren't that bad either. You can't hard to pass up onion rings. You know, you don't get a chance that often. Yeah, man. That was like I hadn't been to Dairy Queen in a long time.
Oh man!
And I saw the damn commercial about all their new flavors: French silk pie and like salted caramel Blizzard. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to Dairy Queen. And I had heartburn all day, but yes,
that's what pizza does to me. Is give me heartburn.
Man, I'm a big pizza guy too. I'm on like some sort of heartburn medication.
Man, that stuff sucks.
And yeah, it's brutal. I don't even know what it's called, but I don't know, man. You know what doesn't give me heartburn? Crab cakes. I usually eat plenty of those, crab meat, that sort of stuff, especially from Jimmy's. That won't give you heartburn, not one bit. Just douse a little butter, throw in the oven. Douse a lot of butter, throw in the oven, and eat. I mean, Jimmy's is good.
The best crab cakes you'll ever have, no question. Yeah. Not even comparable. Amazing
crab. It is pretty good. We can't wait. They're having a Halloween golf tournament, and I wish I could go, but my sister's getting married. Guys, I mean, we got to get like a couple foursomes at this golf tournament these guys have. I'm telling you, ain't never seen nothing like it. It's like, imagine.
Nobody does it better.
Nobody. I mean, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, we made it through another one, guys. You got anything else, Big Hawk?
Stay safe.
Stay safe, guys.